How do I design phrases? So first I figured out how to play takitas in different possibilities like I showed you, and then practiced them to a speed where everybody plays, but also practiced in a manner that I can, sometimes what happens is when you play with musicians, they get to like an immense level of speed that you cannot match up to. That has happened to me on stage, and so I had to figure out a way to kind of manage it and make it sound like I am playing okay, So that's when I started working on speed, because I realized that was so important in this industry. Like everybody is like, up there like ripping the shit out of everything, I was very strong, but I didn't have the speed, and that only came after I got the low action, on my bass. But I had the facility, and I knew how I wanted to phrase it. To answer your question, like I said, first I started working on how to play these takitas, because that was the most important. And then takas I would play like, or, yeah. Take a tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Taka, timi, taka, timi, and then taka, timi, taka, timi. That's hard to do. When you're plucking, another pluck to do on the same string is really hard. That's really hard. Especially when you play like. So these are all like, time signatures of, odd time signatures of 5/8, 7/8. I'm going to show it to you how I do it. Say, take 4/4, 2, 3, 4. Takatimi, takata, takatimi, takata, takatimi, takata, takatimi, takata. Yeah? So, I don't have a metronome right now. Maybe I should have carried, but just to show you how I phrase it. Yeah? Of course, then you can use it your way, the way you feel like. Want to include all these chordal changes, then you just play percussive. By shifting, you're changing the dynamics. There's no note to it. It's all bump notes, There's no scale to it, but you're changing the dynamics. Imagine if I'm playing here. It sounds high, yeah? Like not to show the one. Yeah, there are several ways to do it, of course. Then 5s. Same way. You can do that's another way. There's several ways to do it. But depends like how slow it is, how fast it is. Some licks cannot be played very, very fast. Due to some reasons, I mean, we're not machines, of course, so but it's possible, like some of the techniques are possible. And take another chorway to give you an example how I phrase it. Do you know any chorways? Anything that's on your mind, then I can show you how I would do it.
Okay, so like
yeah, so break it down for me. So correct? So let's break it down. How? See that? That's one way. Or that's more simpler. Or to not phrase it, but the first one can be. See that? Instead of they, we could do takadi takida. You know, takadi takida, takatari kita taka, correct? Takatari kita taka. So here the problem is there are 3 blocks at the same time. So instead of doing the block, you could open string, you could thumb the open string or just play a note. So that's how I phrase it. And then of course it gets better and better. Taka tarikita taka. Another way is tarikita taka. So figures of 3. So only problem is you're doing 2 blocks to give those accents. If you don't give those accents, then it's going to sound like you're not playing the same thing. So that's how I do it. It's pretty simple once you get it, like, because you would phrase it the same way, because you know those ways, and you are strong at one manner, and you would not want to change that, because that's the strongest point that you can be at, unless you found another way, you know. It works out differently for everybody. You might find something else more easier that I might not find easier, you know. Depends on how you approach it. Any other questions? Yeah.
So when I started playing, I actually started with the progressive finger style playing,
Yeah.
and involved a lot of tapping. So when I picked up the bass almost a year back, somehow I was used to it, so trying to transform it on the bass eventually. And I see that you also play a lot of
tapping, yeah.
So if you could speak more about it, as well as how to save ourselves from not overdoing it as well.
Depends on what stuff you're doing, and if it's your music, you can do whatever you want. Nobody to tell you, but if you're doing it on a movie song, then maybe keep yourself a little bit laid back, because they might not like it, because it's movie. You want to compliment and not overdo it or hammer it in any way, because it's not about your feature. It's about the actress and the actor, and about their story, and you want to make sure that you're supporting the music and answering to the question that's given to you, and not ending up shining, you know. Of course you can shine. You're going to shine through anyway, because you have your own voice. But there, more important is to serve the purpose. To answer your question, tapping skills. I started tapping like some random stuff. I would just, like how Victor started. I actually started tapping when I started seeing Victor's videos. And this is one of his licks that that's one of his licks. And then I always used to think, how do I put melodies? So take any melody, or maybe like working at the same time, you know, because you're going like you know, just to make it more interesting. Tapping has a lot to do with like double rings, and so if I had to. Then I started improvising it. Of course, you learn, you copy some stuff, and then you have to make it yours. So I started doing some random shit like all the chords of A minor 9. So I'm just tapping all the same notes instead of playing it. Whole tone up, half tone up first, and then whole tone. So play an F sharp major 9 with A5 major 9. So see, that sounds cool. Like tapping is so interesting. Like you play anything and it sounds very, very cool. You know. What I'm doing is I'm not playing the minor 7th on the third time. I'm playing the minor 7th note on the second time and playing the second note, minor 7th note on the very last time and making it C sharp as the bass. So it's C sharp minor 7, but instead of playing the casual, I'm playing, inversing the minor 7th note with the third note. So I'm playing the root, and then I'm playing the minor 7th note, and then I'm playing the third note, and avoiding the 5th note. So that's why it sounds like. And here I'm playing an A9 with major 9, A major 9. Sometimes I don't realize because I'm playing by my ear, and then I realize that I'm playing that, you know. I know it's since you've been in this industry, that happens to a lot of musicians. We start forgetting names and we just go by ear and we just go by positions, you know. So like you said, I mean, the more you play, start understanding more. But it's got a lot to do with like techniques and stuff. On a bass to tap is a little bit hard to do because you have thicker strings, and on guitar it's easier to do because you have thin strings. But then again, it depends if you're playing a 4-string bass or a 5-string bass, then the approach totally changes because you have B and E at the end, and then on the bass you have B on the top, you know. So it's kind of difficult to change suddenly. Yeah.